Muy buenas tardes, sean todos bienvenidos a esta sesión de inglés. En unos momentos vamos a dar inicio.
Well, welcome once again to your Conamat English course by Ecatepec. Today we are going to see two important topics. The first, preposition of time with in, on, and at. Prepositions of time. With in, on, at. In, on, at. Right? How to arrange them in the sentence and when to use each on depending on what time we are talking about. Then we will learn to use there is and there are in an affirmative, negative, and interrogative sentence. We will leave some tasks for you and do and make some exercise. We have a lot of work to do. So let's do it, right? Preposition of time with in, on, and at. Notice that sometimes words need the preposition in, on, or at. Be careful. Many times we use on with months, but that's not correct. We should use in. We do not put on preposition before sometimes words like next. Here are a list of the time words that we need the preposition in. This is the first word, in. What words we use this? For example, the months. The first, the years. Years is the first. For example, in 2023, right? For years. Another example with this, for example, in 1980. 1918, right? Remember, in English, the correct way to read this it's for 2 digits, right? First this and then this. Years, next, months, months, all the months: January, February, March, April, June, July, all the months. In May or in August, for example. In May, remember, all months goes in capital letter. May or in June, in August, in October, in November, all the months. Months, then decades, right? Decades. The 90s, the 80s, I don't know, for example, in the 80s. I mean, 80s, right? In the 80s. In the 90s, 90s. I mean, los 80s, los 90s, para décadas. Another words that need the preposition is the centuries. 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 For example, in the 8th century, in ordinal number, right? En el siglo XVIII, centuries. Another word that need this preposition is seasons. I mean spring, summer, autumn, and winter, etc. In spring, in winter, etc. All the seasons, right? All the seasons. In these parts of the day, in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, all this part in the day. In this part of the day. I mean, in the morning, in the afternoon, like now, in the evening, right? But not for night. It's incorrect say in the night. But night, we use the preposition at the night, right? But all this we use in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. Also, we use with length of time, periodos de tiempo, length of time. For example, in 10 minutes, in half hour and media hora, etc. Right? Please take photo for this one or write down in your notebooks. Are you ready? Right. I'm gonna delete this. Uh, I'm gonna make some sentence with this. For example, I go to the school in the morning. I often take a cup of tea in the afternoon. I study English in the evening, but I like to watch TV in bed at night, right? For night, we use at night or this at. And also for, but now here are a list of the time words that need the preposition on. It's the turn of the preposition on. I'm gonna delete this. It's time for the right. What words we use for preposition on? Days, on Sunday, on your birthday, on Independence Day, for days. On Sunday, on your birthday, on Independence Day, right? I mean for days. Maybe. Also, you will use with day plus morning, afternoon, evening, and even night. Repeat. Day plus morning, morning, afternoon, evening, and night. Right? In this case, we use also these words for the night. Day plus morning or afternoon or evening or night. Right? In this case, we can use on for night. Check. For example, on Saturday night, right? Sábado por la noche. On Saturday night or Monday morning. Or on Saturday night, right? On Monday morning with capital letter. And not for dates, I mean on the 5th of May, for dates. On 5th of May, right? On 5th of May. Now, here a list of the time words that need the preposition at. Is the term for the preposition at. At we use for precise time, precise time. For example, at 10 o'clock, at noon, at midnight. At noon. Sorry. I don't know, at 5:30 p.m. Right? At 5:30 p.m. Precise, right? Precise time, precise. I mean una hora exacta, mediodía, a las 5:30 p.m., right? Now we also for this sentence or these words for at lunchtime, at dinner time, at breakfast time. At lunchtime, etc. And holiday periods. Holiday periods. I mean, at Easter, at Christmas. This means Easter, it's like Pascua, but for us means Semana Santa, right? Easter, Semana Santa. At Christmas, Navidad, at New Year, etc. Right? Please write down in your notebooks, please. I'm gonna delay this. Next, what words don't use them, right? I mean, what words don't use them preposition of time? Be careful with this. When not to use them. I mean the preposition of time. Here all is of the times by words that not need preposition. For example, next week, next year, next month. This word don't use the preposition in, on, or at. Another last night, last year. This morning, this year. This morning, this year, every day, every night. Right? What else? Today, tomorrow, yesterday. Tonight. Right? All these words don't need the preposition in, on, at. Right? Please take take note for these words. Right, it's time to put on in practice all this knowledge. I'm gonna give you some exercise for these words, right? And your homework is try to solve this exercise from your home. For example, the weather is often terrible in London. Check, check this. I'm gonna do like this. Check the first exercise for this exercise. The first, what is the first exercise for these words? For example, the weather is often the weather is often terrible in London. Blank January. January. What word we use for this? Maybe in, maybe on, maybe at, maybe nothing. What word? In this case, we use in January. Remember, we use in for months, right? Next exercise. It's better to get a taxi. I mean, it's better. It's better to get a taxi if you are out alone. What word we use for night? In, on, at, or nothing. For night we use at, at night. Next exercise. They usually go to south of Mexico. Blank summer. What preposition used for summer? In, on, at, nothing, what? Try to solve this exercise. 4. The Beatles were popular. in the 16th. Sorry. Well, I told you. In this case, what word we use for decades? In, right? And for seasons, what word we use for seasons? In, on, at, nothing, in, right? The next exercise, please write down on your notebook this exercise. The next, the train leaves 5. The train leaves. What words? Check this. 7 a.m. But, another blank. Tuesday morning. Tuesday morning. Right? What words we use for this blank and this blank, right? Try to solve. Next exercise. 6. Now, the class is blank 5 a.m. 8. 5, it's very early. 8. 8 a.m. Sorry. 8 a.m. Right? Another blank in this case. Saturday afternoon. The next exercise. I like to drink coffee I like to drink coffee blank blank the morning and tea the morning and tea blank the evening, right? Try to solve this exercise, please. I'm gonna give you 20 seconds for this exercise. I'm gonna give you the answers for this. Now, the train leaves 7 a.m. Tuesday morning. The train leaves what? In travel leaves 7 a.m. In, on, at. In this case, we use at, right? At 7 a.m. Tuesday morning. Tuesday morning, right? On Tuesday morning. In this case, it's the same. I'm gonna change this word. Era lo mismo. Le voy a cambiar tantito para subirle un poco la dificultad. Tomorrow, right? The class is tomorrow, Saturday afternoon. What word we use for this tomorrow? In, on, at, nothing, what? In this case, nothing, right? I mean, don't need, tomorrow don't need the preposition of time. Don't need in tomorrow, at tomorrow, on tomorrow, don't need, right? But Saturday afternoon, yes, this word, yes, they need, it need on, in, or at. What need in this case? In this case, on Saturday afternoon. At the last, I like to drink coffee the morning and tea the evening. What words we use for this sentence? I like to drink coffee in the morning and tea in the evening, right? In the morning and in the evening. Please write down this exercise in your notebook. Well, I'm gonna give you two sentence more, two exercise more, right? The first, the first. Yes, the first. Egg and night. For the egg sentence, check this. Uh, we went out for dinner last Friday. We went out for dinner. And the last, we're meeting. We're meeting, space blank, lunchtime. Another blank, lunchtime, another right, next Monday. It's the moment of truth. What word, what preposition of time we use for this, for last Friday? We went out for dinner last Friday. In, on, and, nothing. And the answer is nothing, right? We don't use, for last Friday, don't use any preposition of time. We don't use in, on, at. Well, without preposition of time is the correct way to of this sentence. We're meeting lunchtime next Monday. We're meeting lunchtime of next Monday. First, for lunchtime, what preposition we use? In this case, at lunchtime. And for next Monday, in, on, at, nothing. And the answer is nothing. Remember, next Monday, next Friday, next month, next year, etc. All these sentences with next don't need preposition of time, right? Now, ahora sí, anota en tu cuaderno. I'm gonna delete this, right? My favorite part, the homework for you. The homework. Now, for homework, right? For writing homework, for writing and speaking, right? Using preposition of time, right? In this activity, you will write sentence using a preposition of time with the following words. Check. Nine, 10, with 10 words. The first, 2016. 2016. Next, 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. The next word, 20th century. 20th century. Next, the morning. Next, the next week. Next word, spring. Christmas. Every day. Every day, the 4th of July. And the last, just Nike. Right? The homework is you will write sentence using this preposition of time with these words. For example, I went to the movies with my girlfriend last week. My mom celebrates her birthday on the 8th of October. The semester starts in February, right? And stuff like that. Now, this is for writing. Now, for speaking, you you have to talk about your daily activities for the part of the speaking, right? Write a paragraph about the daily activities you do during the week or the weekend using the preposition of time. Then read along your work and record your voice. Record yourself. Record yourself, right? Now you have to do two homeworks, right? The first, this is the writing homework, and then the speaking homework of your daily activities, right? You have a lot of homework. Please, por favor, anota tu tarea. Now is the time for the last part of this class. One exercise more, right? Pay attention for this exercise. Esto es lo último, la última parte de este tema. Para pasar al siguiente, te voy a dejar unos ejercicios para que los hagas. ¿Vale? The first exercise. The first exercise is blank my wife's birthday. Blank hold on. My wife. Sorry. My wife's birthday. Right? Exercise is used in, on, at, or nothing. The next. Which should we do tonight? Repeat. Which should we do? Sorry. Which should we do? Which should we do? Tonight. Next exercise. Now, we can move to a house, to a new house, blank 2 months. We can move to a new house blank 4 I need to meet him 3 o'clock. I need to meet him right. For the last, the trees here are beautiful. The trees here are beautiful. Blank spring. Please try to solve this exercise. I'm gonna give you one more. John gonna buy the present today. John gonna buy the present today. John is gonna buy the present today. Try to solve this, please. Right. I'm gonna give you the answer for this exercise. The first, why my wife's birthday. This is the locator. Sorry. My wife's birthday. What word we use for this? My wife's birthday in, on, at, nothing, on. What should we do tonight? Right? What should we do tonight? What word we use for this? We should do tonight. Right? Nothing. Tonight don't need the preposition of time. In, on, at. We can move to a new house 2 months. What preposition of time we need for months? In, on, at, nothing, in. For months we use in 2 months. I need to meet him 3 o'clock. I need to meet him 3 o'clock. For precise time, at 3 o'clock. Next, the tree here, the tree here are beautiful. What preposition of time we need for seasons? In spring. Jan is gonna buy the present today. What preposition of time we need for today? In, on, and, nothing. The answer is nothing, right? John is gonna buy the present today. And is this the correct sentence? Without preposition of time, right? Esto es todo por este tema. Vamos con el siguiente tema. Y les recordamos que estamos transmitiendo completamente en vivo desde el Conamat Ecatepec, ubicado en la 3030 a una cuadra del Mexibus San Cristóbal Centro. Recuerden que si quieren retroalimentación con las tareas que siempre se les dejan, se las podemos dar los días sábados de 9 de la mañana a 1 de la tarde en clase normal o también de 1 de la tarde a 2. Ya algunos chicos, chicas se han acercado a mí en estos días para poder darles más claridad sobre los temas que vemos aquí, ¿vale? Entonces seguimos con el siguiente tema y anoten esto de aquí. Right. The next topic is The next topic. There is and there are. There is and there are. Sorry. There is and there are. This is the next topic. There is and there are. By the end of this class or by the end of this topic, you will be able, tú serás capaz de, you will be able to use the phrases there is and there are along with countable and uncountable nouns to express the existence or not existence of things around of you. Right? Use of this word. We use there is when the noun is singular. When the noun is singular. Right? When the noun is singular. For example, there is a duck. Remember, a means uno, right? Uno. There is a duck. Sorry. The noun is singular, right? Now, we use there are when the noun is plural. When the noun is plural. For example, there are two ducks. Right? There are two dogs. Plural nouns, right? Another example with these rows. There is a book on the desk. Another example with this. Examples. I told you there is a book on the desk. There is a book on the desk. Hay un libro en el escritorio. Mean book countable noun. Check this, book countable noun. Book is countable noun. Another example with this rule. There is a computer in the bedroom. There is a computer in the bedroom. Right? There is a computer in the bedroom. Computer, countable noun. Countable noun. Another example, there is some money in my pocket. A little. There is some money in my pocket. Money, uncountable noun. Another example with uncountable. There is some milk in the fridge. There is some milk in the fridge. Milk, uncountable noun. Uncountable noun. There is some milk in the fridge. And there are used with plural countable nouns. Look at the following example. Repeat. There is used with countable nouns. Check this example. There example with there is. Now, example with there are, right? Check this example. There are 20 chairs in the classroom. There are, in brackets, countable nouns. The next, there are 2 trees outside my house. There are 2 trees outside my house. And the last example with this, there are many people outside the school. There are many people outside school expressing sorry, repeat. Expressing unspecific quantities. Right. Sorry. Esto es todo por esta parte. Pasamos al siguiente subtema. Expressing unspecific quantities. Please write down this on your notebook or take a screenshot. Voy a borrar. The next topic is expressing unspecific quantity. Right. In these expressions, we can use different words or phrases to express the quantities of the things we want to express existence. Some of those words are, some, many, a lot of, some, many, a lot of, right? So many, a lot of, a few, much, a little. A few, much, only used with uncountable noun, much. Only use with uncountable noun, much. A little, little. Right, a little only used with uncountable nouns. Right? Or a little only used with uncountable noun. Again, a little. Examples. Russian grammar is more difficult than English grammar. I find maths lesson more enjoyable than science lesson. And we also can express quantity by saying the specific numbers of the things we are looking about. Example, there is much noise outside my house. Estas las vamos a ver más a detenimiento en la siguiente clase, right? I told. We also can expressing quantities by saying this, the specific number of the thing we are talking about. Example, there is much nice outside my house. On nice, uncountable noun. Nice, uncountable noun. Next, there is a little money in your bank account. Yes, money, uncountable noun. Money, uncountable noun. Next example, there is a little water in the glass. Glass, vaso. In this case, water, uncountable noun. Now with there are. For example, there are some great bookstores downtown, or there are many strawberries inside that bag. Repeat, there are many strawberries inside. There are strawberries inside that bag. There are many strawberries inside that bag. In this case, is countable, right? Strawberries are countable nouns. Another example, there are a lot of cups in my mother's cupboard. Or there are lots of clothes on my bed. There, repeat, there are a lot of, there are lots of clothes on my bed. There are lots of clothes on my bed. And the last, there are few apples for the pie. There are a few for the pie. There are few apples for the pie, right? Check this. Please try to write down this on your notebook, right? All this in affirmative sentence, right? Affirmative. En todas estas oraciones estamos afirmando. No hemos visto la negativa. Ahorita la vamos a ver. Voy a borrar. In the previous examples are expressed in affirmative form. Now let's check the negative form. Right, this is the next negative form. Negative form for there is and there are. When we use negative form, there is not, there are not any. Repeat, there is not. There is not. And negative for are, there are not any. Any. There are not any, right? We are expressing that something doesn't exist or that something is not located in a specific place. Look at the following examples. For this, check this example. There isn't the contraction for is not, there isn't a car in the garage. There isn't a car in the garage. Is not is the same, isn't. Is not and isn't is the same, right? Don't worry about that. There isn't a car in the garage. Next example. There isn't a drugstore in Ninth Avenue. Repeat. There isn't a drugstore on Ninth Avenue, right? With capital letter. What means drugstore? No es tienda de drugs. I mean farmacia, right? Drugstore, farmacia. There isn't a drugstore in Ninth Avenue. No hay una farmacia en la en la avenida novena, right? No hay un carro en el garage, right? Another example with this, now is the term for are. There aren't any pens. There aren't any pens in your pencil case. In your pencil case, right? I mean, no existe, no hay, ¿vale? And the last example with this negative form, it's there aren't any students in the lab today. There aren't any students. Any means cero, ninguno. Students in the lab today. Please anota esto en tu pizarrón para pasar a la forma interrogativa. This is for negative form. Now this is the turn of interrogative form. Interrogative form. When we use the interrogative form is there are or are there any? Check this. For affirmative, we use there is a eyeball in the back. There is. But for interrogative, switch the words. Switch. Cambiamos el orden. Switch the order. We don't say there is. For interrogative form, we say is there. Is there. Repeat. Is there a? Or are there any? Are there any or is there? We want to know if something exists or if something is located in a specific place. Look at the following example with these examples. For example, for questions, is there a museum near here? Is there a museum near here? Right? I mean, hay un museo cerca por aquí, de aquí. Another example with this. Is there a lemon tree in your garden? Is there a lemon tree in your garden? ¿Existe, hay un árbol de limones en tu jardín? Is there a lemon tree in your garden? Now with are. I'm gonna delete all this. For are, check this example. Are there any good restaurant on Madero streets? Any. Are there any? The next example. Are there any orange in that basket? Are there any orange in that basket? Right? I mean, estamos preguntando si existe una cosa. Si queremos preguntar si existe en singular, vamos a utilizar is there. Si queremos preguntar si existe en plural, vamos a utilizar are there. Right. When we are asked with the previous structure, we have to answer in simple present. Form a question with the verb to be. Or answer in affirmative, why are going to be. Check this. Or answer in the affirmative, way are going to be. For example, yes, there is, for singular noun, the answers. Short answers, yes, there is. Or yes, there are. In this case, for singular nouns, right? For singular nouns. And this for plural nouns. And the answer for negative way are going to be, this is answer for positive, is the positive answers. Now for negative answers, it's the next way. No, there isn't. Sorry. No, there isn't. Oh no, there is not. And no, there aren't. Right? It's the same. This is for singular nouns, and this is for plural nouns. Now, right? Check the answer for the previous questions. Uh, is there a museum near here? Yes, there is. Right there. Right there. Justo ahí. No, there isn't. The nearest museum is 10 blocks away from here, right? Or is there a lemon tree in your garden? Positive. Yes, there is. Those lemons are big, right? Or no, there isn't. There aren't any trees in my garden, right? Or are there any good restaurants on Madera streets? Yes, there are. There are about 2 or 3 restaurants where you can eat very delicious food. Or negative. No, there aren't, sorry. There aren't any, but there are some good restaurants on Independencia Street, right? Please take photo or a note or write down in your notebook, please. Me faltó esta, ¿vale? Ah, are there any orange in that basket? Positive? Yes, there are. There are 2 orange. Or no, there aren't any. We need some. Right? Not one. Short answers are underlined. Not two. The word any is only used in negative and interrogative form. Right? Check. The words any, any is only used for negative and interrogative form, right? Know this. Any solamente lo vamos a utilizar para oraciones negativas y para oraciones interrogativas, ¿ok? Now, it's time for homework for you, right? The first, speaking homework, right? Sorry. Homework. For speaking skill. For the speaking skill, tell me, what is your room, right? I want to know what is in your room, in your house or apartment. Choose a room, living room, bedroom, kitchen or bathroom, right? And tell me what I can find here, right? Repeat. Tell me what is in your room. What is in your room? Right, self-assessment. There is some homework to check if you have understood this topic. You are going to write in the right order the following sentence. The words are scrambled, so you have to write the sentence in the correct way. If you have any question about how to form the sentence, you can check the grammar presentation in this class. There is some homework to check if you have understand. Sorry. Now, for assessment, self-assessment is the next. You have to tell me if the next sentence is correct or incorrect. I mean, in Spanish. Para la autoevaluación, vas a tener que decirme si las siguientes oraciones son correctas o incorrectas. ¿Ok? Entonces, voy a borrar esto y voy anotando tu autoevaluación. Recuerda que esto primero lo vas realizando tú poco a poco, vas tratando de resolver y al final yo te voy dando la retroalimentación para ver si lo hiciste bien o si hubo algún detalle. ¿Ok? Entonces, voy a borrar. The first sentence, there are two oranges. There are two orange. There are correct or incorrect, right? Next, there is some milk in the fridge. There is some milk in the fridge. Correct or incorrect? Next, there isn't a car in the garage. Four, there aren't a drugstore on the night venue. Correct or incorrect? Next, there aren't any pens in your pencil case. Next, there isn't any students in the lab today. There isn't any students in the lab today. There isn't any students in the lab today. Next, correct or incorrect? Next, there isn't any. Sorry. There are there a museum near here? Eight. Is there a lemon tree in your garden? Repeat. Is there a lemon tree in your garden? Your garden. Nine. Is there any good restaurants on May Venue? I repeat. Is there any good restaurants on Main Venue? Mm. And the last is there any apples in the basket? Repeat. Is there any apples? Try to solve it. Is correct or incorrect sentence. Correct or incorrect sentence. Correct or incorrect sentence. I'm gonna give you 10 seconds for this exercise. Example for this. There are two orange. There are two orange. Correct or incorrect? Correct, right? Is the correct grammar for this. The next. There is some milk in the fridge. Correct or incorrect? In this case, is correct. Correct. There is some milk in the fridge, right? Next, there isn't a car in the garage. Repeat, there isn't a car in the garage. Correct or incorrect? Correct. Correct. Next, there aren't a drugstore in the night venue. Correct or incorrect? Incorrect. Why? For this. Aren't. This is wrong in the grammar English, right? Este es el error. Next. There aren't any pens in your pencil case. Repeat. There aren't any pens in your pencil case. Is correct. Six, there isn't students in the lab today. There isn't students in the lab today. Right. This is correct or incorrect? It's incorrect because in this case we have plural, but isn't is for singular. So this is plural and this is singular. This is wrong. Incorrect. The next, are there a museum near here? Repeat. Are there a museum near here? Correct or incorrect? Correct. Right. The next, is there a lemon tree in your garden? Repeat. Is there a lemon tree in your garden? Correct or incorrect? Correct. Next, is there any good restaurants on my menu? Repeat. Is there any good restaurants on Is there any good restaurants on my menu? It's incorrect because is for singular. In this case, is plural, right? Incorrect. And the last, is there any apples in the basket? Is there any apples in the basket? Again, incorrect. This is for singular. In this case, the noun is plural, so it's incorrect. Right? Pues, por favor, anoten esos y vamos con la parte final de la clase del día de hoy. Les doy 20 segundos para que anoten sus errores gramaticales en su libreta. Are you ready? For the last part, I'm gonna give you difference between two words that it's very confused. Alright? Les voy a dar la diferencia entre dos palabras que suelen ser confundidas. First, the difference between good and well, right? Good and well. Difference between good and well. Maybe you can think it's the same, but not is the same, right? Well means bien, and good means in Spanish bueno. Now, like in Spanish, bien y bueno don't is the same, right? Well, bien, it's an adverb. It's un adverbio. Modify the verbs. Modify the verbs. For example, I dance really well. Modifies the verbs. For example, I dance really well. In this case, well is modifying the verb, right? I dance really well. Yo bailo realmente bien. Es un adverbio. And the next, good, by other hand, good, it's an adjective, right? Modifies nouns, right? I mean, these modify verbs and these modify nouns, right? And is an adjective. For example, in this case, one example that modifies adjective, that doctor is good. Check this. That dog, example with this. That doctor is good. In this case, this word modifies the noun because it's an adjective, right? I mean, ese doctor es bueno, right? No es lo mismo. In this case, modify verbs. In this case, modify adjectives, right? This is the difference between good and well. Now, the next words. Difference between do and make. Do and make. What is the difference between do and make? Well, do is for doing an action, right? It's for an actions. And make is for how to say, it's for manufacture something, es decir, fabricar algo, for manufacturers, right? For example, construction, production, make something with your hands, right? Make something with your hands. The next, bueno, I mean, cuando se lleva a cabo un proceso creativo with make, for example, make a breakfast, make a tea, make a list. Make a breakfast, make a list, make a tea. And do is for actions, for example, work, homework, activities. I mean, no producen necesariamente un objeto físico. And a general activity, una actividad general. For example, do the dishes, actions, do the dishes. do the laundry, do the homework. To do exercise. And stuff like that. Well, por mi parte es todo por el día de hoy. Espero que hayan aprendido mucho. Sé que han aprendido mucho porque alumnos de sábado me preguntan cosas sobre las clases que se vieron entre semana. Es decir, que sí hay gente que anota a puño y letra todo lo que yo voy escribiendo en el pizarrón. Y cuando digo todo, es todo. Vale, ya estás en su tarea y obviamente les doy la retroalimentación correspondiente. Bueno, entonces cerramos la clase del día de hoy siendo exactamente las 7 en punto, exactamente las 7 de la noche de este lunes. Bueno, recuerden que los esperamos en Conamat Ecatepec, estamos sobre la 3030 para clases personalizadas de inglés y clases grupales de inglés. Pero no solamente eso, también recuerden que contamos con curso de ingreso al Comipems, curso de ingreso al UNAM, Politécnico, diplomado en matemática, y todos los maestros son profesionales altamente capacitados con añísimos de experiencia en este ámbito. Entonces, pues bueno, nos vemos el día miércoles en punto de las 5 de la tarde para ver otros 2 temas de su curso de inglés de Conamat Ecatepec en línea. Nos vemos y hasta la próxima, chicos. Chao.